Warning: the content in this podcast may help you get fit. Your discretion is advised. If you haven't been able to reach your fitness goal, it could be because you keep running into fitness scams, misconceptions, and gimmicks. Finally learn the way and get fit with the Real Results No Gimmicks podcast, hosted by body transformation experts FitnessWithFlex and FitnessWithFlexHERS.
Welcome, guys, to the 26th episode of the Real Results No Gimmicks podcast. We're your hosts, FitnessWithFlex and
FitnessWithFlexHERS, and we're body transformation experts. Many of you may know us from our clients' amazing transformations from all over the United States and all over the world.
And in this episode, we're going to be interviewing FitnessWithFlexHERS. If you guys call our 25th episode, she had a couple questions for me based off of our fans, supporters, and clients throughout the years that had many common questions. This time is her turn. We're going to be asking her a couple questions that many of people all over the world would like to know about her. So we're going to start with the first question, and that's, when did you realize that you needed to do fitness?
I realized that I needed to get into fitness a little after I graduated high school. When I was in high school, I was very active. I didn't really eat properly, but I always, for the most part, stayed very active, and I was very, very, very skinny. That doesn't necessarily mean that I was healthy, but I was very, very skinny. And when I graduated high school, I remember that I weighed about 115 pounds, and in 2 months, I went all the way up to 150 pounds of pure body fat. I was eating trash. I was eating garbage. I remember I was just getting uncontrollable colds all the time, always heading to the doctor's office. My stomach was acting up. My skin was breaking out like crazy. And I remember that that's when I decided, I'm like, I need to do something, because not only do I look horrible, or at least I thought I looked horrible, and not only do I feel horrible, my genetics are not the best. As in, like, my family tree, I have a history of like people in my family having cancer, lupus, diabetes, arthritis. So I knew that if I continued that way, I was just going to eventually end up like the rest of the people in my family.
So wait, so you gained 35 pounds and basically in the summer?
Literally, I wanted to die. I remember going into Target with my homegirl and looking at myself in the mirror and just seeing a whole bunch of cellulite surrounding my stomach, and I'm like, what the fuck happened? Like, where did I go wrong? And now that I know about health and fitness, it truly is that easy to just eat away all those calories and not even realize how much you're actually eating and how drastically that can change your body and the way that you feel.
It looks to me like you were on a seafood diet. You see the food
Literally,
and you eat it.
literally, that was me.
Oh, that's crazy. 35 pounds in just 2-3 months. All right, so what crazy things have you done in the past to lose weight? Everyone has gone and done some crazy stuff, and me, myself included. What about you?
Oh man, I'm definitely guilty for doing some of the dumbest things out there to try to get rid of that body fat, especially after I gained all that weight. I felt very, very anxious to try to get rid of it as fast as possible. And then that led me to doing the most stupidest things to be able to get rid of body fat. I remember wrapping my body in like some black saran wrap, thinking that it was going to help me melt my body fat away, which was horrible. I remember I fell asleep with it, and I woke up in the middle of the night screaming, telling my mom to cut it off, because all I was doing was just sweating, and I didn't have a flat stomach. So I was just like, get this shit off of me. I remember starving myself, just drinking water. That didn't last too long, especially me. I'm a big foodie, so I think I gave myself like maybe like 7 hours, and then I was like, okay, this is it. I have to eat something. What else? I remember running every single day and not eating, just running. And it got to a point where even though I wanted to run, since I wasn't nourishing my body the right way, I remember running like half a block and then like feeling like I was about to collapse. Like, oh shit, I gotta go back home. Like, I don't know what's
Wow.
happening to me. Yeah.
Were you at least drinking water during that time or no?
No, I was like a big soda girl. I hated juices. I hated water because I thought it was so boring. I love soda. You can ask anybody that knows me. I was like big soda, like a big soda
So
fanatic.
you ate nothing or drank nothing, just soda and run.
Soda and running. Yeah.
Soda diet.
Soda diet. Yeah.
Interesting.
Definitely the worst diet to be on.
All right. Now we got another question here, which is how do you keep yourself motivated now that you're in fitness? Many people do have a problem with that, with motivation. What's your take on that?
Um, Keeping yourself motivated, I think that truly, it comes down to how bad do you want this? Like, is this something that you're doing for yourself, or is this something that you're doing because your girlfriend or your boyfriend told you that you got to get rid of 10 pounds, or because you have a vacation to go to? I feel that when you're not doing it for the right reason, which is doing it for yourself, it's only a matter of time before you don't feel a sense of accountability towards your goal. So let's say if you're working hard towards a vacation, slowly but surely the vacation is gonna end up happening, and then you're gonna find yourself in a position, well, okay, I'm over vacation, so now what? I'm just gonna now eat whatever I want and do whatever I want because I don't have another goal to have to meet. So I stay motivated because I know that this is something I want for myself. And sometimes I can feel unmotivated because we are all human. We have a lot of temptations out there. For some people like myself, I am a big sugar fanatic. Like, I love cake. I love eating carby stuff, bread, pasta, all of that. But sometimes what helps me is that I go and look at my, before and after picture, or I'll go and look at a picture of someone that, I hope to one day look like, or a certain goal that I have, or I see a video of myself working out, and little things like that will pick me up and get me motivated to continue working towards my goal.
Okay, so that's a good segue for the next question, which is what is your current fitness goal? Like, what's your ultimate fitness goal? What is it that you want to accomplish in fitness?
Oh man. This is a hard question because when I first started doing fitness and I first started getting into like reaching that ultimate goal that I really want to get, is not the same anymore. Like, once you get into it, you start to realize that once you meet that goal, okay, now you have another goal. Now you have another goal. Okay, now I have to work more on this. Now I have to work more on that. So I don't really have a set goal. My ultimate goal, believe it or not, is not even the way I look, is just to reach ultimate health. Like, I really want to be massively healthy. I hate feeling sick. I see a lot of people around me that are very sick all the time. I also see a lot of people that are very lethargic, have no energy due to their diet. And that's definitely not the position I ever want to be in. But my ultimate goal, I don't know. I just want to have a hot body.
What about your body would you want to, like, let's say, improve on?
Well, I've always been obsessed with my legs and my glutes. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I want them to get massively big, as natural, obviously, in a natural way. But I'm just gonna that this is the thing, is that this is a lifetime thing for me. So I don't really see myself stopping,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't really see myself like, okay, now I have good glutes, I have good legs, like this is it for me. Like, I just feel like once I achieve that, it's just gonna continue and continue. I'm gonna keep working. There's always gonna be something that I'm gonna find that I have to work on.
Yeah, for many people that start off, they just, even guys, sometimes they're like, I don't want to get too big. I just want to, get a little bit toned, or even females. But once you get there, then it's almost like you already reached that. Now you
Yeah.
want to strive for more and strive for more. And there's a lot of
Yeah.
people that have told me in the beginning, oh, I only want to gain like 10 pounds of muscle. And now all of a sudden they got like 50 pounds of muscle on
Yeah.
them, because it's not that you get addicted to it, but it's just you just want to keep on improving your body. Like, there's really no way to get to your goal 100%. I mean, it also depends on what your goal is, but for the most part, a lot of people are ambitious and you just want to keep on going, striving for more.
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like through fitness, that's something that it helps you awaken within yourself, is that you do become very ambitious and you do become very motivated. Like there's been a lot of goals that I had in the past that now I look at them, I'm like, oh my god, that was such bullshit. Maybe like doing squats with 10 pounds or doing squats with 15 pounds. And, now that to me is nothing because
like a warm up.
Yeah, that's something that I'm used to. But back then, that was something that I'm like, holy shit, like I eventually was able to achieve it. So as you keep going and as you notice that those hurdles that were there before, you were able to overcome them, you just feel like unstoppable. You're just like, put any goal in front of me, and that's definitely something that I know I can achieve with time.
Are you tired of eating the same old boring foods while dieting? Imagine eating things like pizza, tacos, cheesecake, lasagna, pancakes, flan, and much more. Now it's possible with the Fitness with FlexHERS, from junk food to good food recipes. This ebook will show you how to make healthier alternatives to some of your favorite foods. Visit www.fitnesswithflex.com and purchase your copy today.
What's one of the biggest obstacles that you face so far trying to achieve your fitness goal?
Well, I have two big obstacles. My number one big obstacle, and I know that this is one that a lot of people can relate, is my eating. Like, I am born and raised in New York City, and for any New Yorker out there, you know that there's everything in their mother out here to eat. Like anything you want, whether it's Middle Eastern food to Spanish food to Indian food, whatever kind of food it is that you want, you can find in New York City. And I'm a big foodie, so that has been one of the biggest struggles for me, is learning how to walk away and learning how to remind myself, like, listen, you're only sacrificing this right now because you're in it for the goal that's in the long run. You're in it for that ultimate goal. So that's been a little bit of a struggle for me.
So basically discipline, you would say, right? Which
yeah.
is something that's hard for everybody. But yeah, everyone could relate to that. Everyone at some point in time has to be disciplined in order to reach any goal, not just a fitness goal.
Definitely. And my second hardest obstacle that I've had to overcome has been like injuries. A lot of people don't realize that it's not a straight line, or it's not a straight path to finding your ultimate fitness goal. There's a lot of other things that go involved into your journey. Like, it's like making a cake. You just can't put one ingredient in the pot and make a cake. It takes a whole lot of other things to be able to make that perfect cake. And within that journey, you do run the risk of getting injured, and not even necessarily working out. It could be that one day you were walking down the stairs too fast and twisted your ankle. Well, now you have a sprained ankle, and guess what? You want to go to the gym tomorrow and do legs, but you might not be able to. So things
Maybe
like
out a couple weeks, 2-3 weeks off of that.
And a lot of people, including myself at a certain point in my life, you do get really unmotivated because you see yourself trying so hard all the time, making sure that, you give your 110% at the gym, and all of a sudden you're going to be out for 2 months, But I've learned that, hey, it happens to everybody. All you can do is rest, rehabilitate whatever injury you have, and get back on that boat and take care of your meals. Like, I tell all my girls when they get upset, like, Sam, I'm injured, I'm not gonna be able to do this, that. Don't worry about it. Just worry about eating the right way, because at least when you jump back in, you're not gonna be so far behind.
Yeah, some people, they figure, I can't go to the gym, so now they just throw
Everything
everything
goes
out
to
the
hell.
window, and now
Yeah.
all of a sudden we're eating McDonald's, everything again.
Yeah.
If anything, you got to be even more strict, because now you can't burn the same amount of calories that you were burning before you got injured. So everything has to
Definitely.
get actually stricter for you. And your nutrition is what's actually going to heal you. So now all of a
Exactly.
sudden you start eating Chinese food every day and all this, or other junk food and stuff like that, you're just going to backtrack yourself even more.
Exactly.
All right, fitness with FlexHERS. So then our next question is, how do you overcome a major setback?
Ooh.
Or whenever you backtrack yourself, whether it could be maybe you splurged one day and you binged eat and you gain like 5 pounds in a day or two, or whatever it is. Like, how do you come back from a backtrack like that?
Ay, ay, ay. Okay, this is a
which
great question.
probably just happened to you pretty
Yeah, my
not too long ago
birthday.
with your birthday.
Definitely. So I'm just gonna, put my heart out there, and so one thing that truly helps me get back up and dust myself off is watching motivational speakers on YouTube.
Okay.
I dead ass, like, anytime I feel like unmotivated, I have a whole bunch of sugar in my system, and that definitely plays a big part in on how motivated you feel or how fast you can initiate getting back on that journey. What I do is that I go on YouTube, I look for any video that's gonna motivate me, whether it's a motivational speaker, whether it's a motivational video, whether it's a song, like whatever it is that's gonna motivate me, that's what I listen to, because I need to start brainwashing myself again that I need to embark on this journey and continue because I'm not finished yet. So that's something that really,
That
really
that
helps
that's
me.
a really good tip, and a lot of people don't realize when you don't want to work out, whenever you backtrack because you ate too much or whatever it is, you came back from vacation, it's more mental than physical. Physically, you're not gonna want to because you've been putting all this bad food into your system that just is like putting bad gasoline into your car. It's just not gonna
Yeah.
want to run properly. But you as the driver can make that car run. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So it's the same thing. Mentally, you could still force yourself to pick yourself up and go do that workout. And usually that's all it takes. It only takes one day or two to jump back into that rolling ball again.
Definitely.
You know, once
And
you stop the momentum.
for sure. And what's funny is that the way that Fitness with Flex mentioned it, that we just, like, myself, I just got out of a little setback, being that it was my birthday, and I had all these outings to go to, and then I had a small barbecue. Oh my God. I'm not the healthiest person in the world. I know that there's always something that I could work on when it comes to being as healthy as possible, but I'm pretty healthy. So for this barbecue, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. It's my birthday. I'm gonna go all out. I don't care. I ate chips. I ate candy, hamburgers. What happens the next day? I wake up with the worst fever ever. Like, I could not move my body. I cannot move my joints hurt, my bones hurt, my muscles hurt. I had the shivers. It was so fucking bad. It was almost like how he said, like, you're putting this cheap gasoline into this really nice car. It's probably gonna break down halfway down the road. So that's pretty much what happened to
Yeah, and
me.
one of the other main things is that your body's not used to having that junk food anymore. So it really, really hits you bad. Like you really feel the like how that makes your body feel, the
Yeah.
effects of it. When you're constantly eating junk food every day, your body adapts to it, so you don't really feel it. Your body already knows, okay, he's gonna put junk or she's gonna put junk into the system. But once you have a detoxified system and you put something toxic in there, right away you're
Yeah.
gonna feel it. It's similar to when you're drinking every single day. It's gonna take you a very long time to get drunk because you're used to your
Yeah.
tolerance is higher for the liquor. But if you don't drink for like a year, someone could give you maybe a shot or two. You're gonna be drunk out of your
That's
mind.
me. That's my life.
So now a major question here for most females is they want to know how did you lose weight but not lose your butt or your breast size?
Oh,
That's
I
something
love
that
this
usually does happen to
question.
many women.
Yes, this is definitely a huge topic in the women world. Um, Weight training. Ladies, weight training and healthy eating is gonna change your fucking life. I swear to God. Um, I remember when I first started, it was very hard because I had a lot of like negative feedback. A lot of females out there would tell me like, "No, Sam, you're gonna lose your ass." Um, I already genetically am not a person to have big breasts, so that was something that I myself was also very worried about, along with my homegirls telling me like, no, you're just gonna lose your boobs, you're gonna look like a 10-year-old. And weight training has changed my life. Not only are my glutes bigger, but I actually have a fucking cleavage, which I never had ever. And it was weird because even though I had small boobs, my boobs were very like loose, like saggy. They didn't have any like shape to them. And through weight training, I've been able to mold my chest muscles. My boobs are perkier now. I actually have a cleavage even if I don't wear a bra. If I wear a backless dress or a backless shirt, it's no problem. I know that for example, in my situation, my sister, she asks me all the time. She's like, "Do you have a bra on?" I'm like, "No." They're like, she's like, "Holy shit, your boobs look really nice." But it's because, girl, I bust my ass in the gym, weight training, doing push-ups. Do not allow your how do I say it? The common misconception of, oh, weight training is going to turn me into a man, or weight training is going to get me buff, because that is not the case. That's just going to stop you from achieving the body that you truly want to have.
Something else that also happens is there might some, depending on the person's shape, right? There's some girls that hold more body fat on their lower body, so they'll have bigger glutes, bigger legs, and stuff like that. And then once they start losing body fat, obviously the body fat that you have in your glutes and your legs is also going to go down. So you could lose body fat a lot faster than what you could build muscle. So there might be a little stage in the very beginning where it might look like you are losing your butt, you are losing your legs, but reality is you're just losing body fat.
Exactly.
Now with the weight training and all that stuff, your muscles are eventually going to build, and it's eventually going to balance out. Obviously going to look way better because now you're putting muscle on instead of body fat.
Definitely.
But there might be a little stage where you might feel like, yo, like everything's going down, like I'm losing everything.
Yeah.
But you're not losing everything, you're just losing the body fat.
Exactly. It's the same thing with women that have huge breasts, but then
And they're overweight, yeah.
they're overweight. Like, you can't expect everything else to shrink and not your breast, because there's fat everywhere, people. So everything has to shrink at the same time.
If you're, let's say, someone that's overweight by like 40 pounds, but you have like size D breast, obviously your breasts are really not that size if you're 50 pounds overweight. Once you lose the 50 pounds, I doubt they're going to still be a size D. Maybe they'll go down to a C, maybe to a B or something like that. So it's just body fat that you're losing. Again, if you're doing everything right, eating
right way,
properly,
exactly.
weight training, all that stuff.
For sure.
All right, so now the next question is, what are the biggest sacrifices you've made so far for fitness?
Dun dun dun. Okay, so for me, some of the biggest sacrifices have been like I'm very very close to my brother and sister. I'm really don't have like a lot of friends, you would say. I mean, I'm not like a lonely girl, but me and my brother and my sister, we're very very close, and we usually love to do a lot of things together, like going skydiving or going race car, whatever, racing, just anything that requires fun. We love to do it together, and sometimes I've had to sacrifice not going to all these fun places with them, because I know that there's going to be a lot of bad food I'm not supposed to be around, because I know that I'm weak or I'm vulnerable, or I know I'm not strong enough to stay away from. So I've been able to grow the discipline and grow the balls to be like, damn, I really want to go, but I cannot go. You know what I'm saying? To parties with them, there's times where I really cannot afford drinking, or I have a vacation to go to, or a photo shoot. And there's times where I'm dying to go, but I just cannot do it to myself. My priority is my fitness goal, and since that's my number one priority on my chart, then that's something that I have to respect, and I have to do what I have to do to get there.
Going back to discipline again, doing things that you don't want to do when you have to do them.
For sure. It fucking sucks, but you gotta do it.
Okay, we got two more questions here. Question number 9 is, do you feel that it's more difficult for a woman to get fit versus a man to get fit?
Damn, you guys asked some good questions. All right, so how do I say this? So I believe that it's equally as hard for both parties, just because we all have different obstacles. We all have how do you say it? Like, we all have different problems. So if you're a man that's overweight and you're a diabetic, then that's a struggle within itself. If you're a woman that's overweight and has high cholesterol, then that's a struggle within itself. But I do feel, in another sense, that women do have it a little harder, just because of the way society portrays it to us, in a way where, like, we're constantly looking at magazines, we're constantly watching TV, or just ads on the highway when you see a female. So all these things kind of make you assume that you have to look a certain way that is probably not achievable naturally. So you're looking for all these gimmicks, you're looking for all these fast fixes that are not true. So you kind of have to put yourself through all this bullshit to try to achieve a fake body that's not real. And then a lot of these women do end up with lifelong consequences like thyroid issues or gallbladder issues because they're putting themselves through these ridiculous diets. And a lot of it has to do with like social pressure, I feel. The man is going to lose body fat a little bit quicker and put on muscle a little bit quicker because their testosterone levels are a little bit higher. But I feel that if you're doing everything 100%, if a woman is doing everything 100% and a male is doing everything 100%, you are going to get 100% results, your version of it. So let's say you might hoard a little bit more body fat because you're a female. That doesn't take away from the fact that you are going to lose body fat. You know what I'm saying? And you are going to achieve your fitness goal for your version of your body. So I don't really think that that should hold you back just because a man can, maybe gain a little bit more muscle faster. We're just not designed to gain muscle at the same rate.
Well, yeah, so then I would say that a man would get fitter faster than a female just because they could build muscle faster.
Yes, but don't let that discourage you, women.
All right, and finally, what's the biggest thing you can say that keeps people from reaching their fitness goal? What backtracks people the most, or what is it that they do that really backtracks them? Because some people have, as long as I can remember, have been trying their whole life trying to get fit, and they still are yet to accomplish that. What is holding them back?
All right, so a lot of people are going to hate me for this, but I got to say it. One of the things that I've seen that really holds people back from reaching their goals is that they do not like to be brutally honest with themselves. And I feel like when you're not honest with yourself, you can't really acknowledge how big the problem is. A lot of people do want to get fit, but they don't really know exactly why they need to get fit. Like they don't look back and be like, listen, like it's either you get fit or you're gonna die, because at the point that you are in your life right now, you're like a borderline away from being massively overweight and catching a heart attack and dying. It's always like, oh, I gotta lose a couple pounds, or oh, like, if I start walking every day, it's gonna be fine, or I could afford drinking an orange juice here and there because it's healthy. Like, you're not brutally honest with yourself. Nobody's gonna be brutally honest with you, and you're never gonna be able to reach your fitness goal. And that's something that I feel that it's gonna hurt, it's gonna suck, but you're gonna really, really thank yourself in the long run for doing that to yourself. And really, really just being that strict parent or that strict person in your life that everybody usually hates, especially like when you're in school, you got a strict teacher that you fucking hate, but then in the long run you really thank them and be like, damn, thank you to whoever this teacher was that I learned what I had to learn. And that has to be you at the end of the day for yourself. That's the main thing that I see that really holds people back from reaching their fitness goals.
All right, great. We had some awesome questions. We definitely had some awesome answers. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and maybe in the future we'll do a couple more question and answer interviews with this. People seem to really like these episodes, especially the feedback we got from my interview last week.
Yes.
All right, guys. So till next time, stay tuned for our next episode 27.
Bye, guys. And remember, be hard on yourself. Nobody else will. Till next time.
Thanks for listening to the Real Results No Gimmicks podcast. We really appreciate it. And if you like what you just heard, please feel free to share our episodes with your friends and visit our website, www.fitnesswithflex.com.